The best weapons in Monster Hunter Wilds tend to be Artian, and these are riddled with RNG. There is one method to sort of mitigate how rough the RNG can be, which simply involves saving your game before crafting your Artian weapons, and from there it gets a bit more complex. I'll go over that later, but first let's go over how to make Artian weapons and upgrade them. To make them, you simply get relic pieces from doing hunts. These pieces have 3 rarities. Rarity 6, 7, and 8. The largest number is the highest rarity, and that's all that matters. So currently, 8 is what you're focusing on. Do not hold on to level 6 and 7 rarities. Use them to make weapons, to then do hunts faster, and you'll unlock rarity 8 sooner. The moment you start seeing some of these Tropicana-infused investigations that are absolutely juiced, you shouldn't even ponder the idea of converting relic fragments. Also be aware that these say they're rarity 7, they're actually rarity 8, and don't worry about the question mark, it just means that what you get is completely random, which heavily encourages resting for better investigations. Once you have a few relic pieces, go to the smithy, forge Artian weapon, pick whatever you want. I'm gonna do hunting horn, and you'll see if you're lucky or not if you have enough things to craft it. If you click a piece and it's all white and highlighted like this, you're golden. If it's gray, you gotta do some more farming for the things you may want. Options wise, element type, Artian bonus. Element type includes fire, water, and actual elements, and also the ailments, poison, paralysis, sleep, and blast. The Artian bonus has attack for damage and affinity for crit chance. When making your weapons, you'll want to see green on the middle section all the way through in almost every single case. For instance, we'll do fire, fire, and fire. Notice how you can mix and match the Artian bonus, but you don't want to mix the element type. If I change one of these fires to, let's say, water or thunder, I lose fire damage. But do keep in mind, for certain weapons, it will change the makeup of the weapon once you lose majority of the element type. So here we have the song list. It's Echo Wave Fire, Resounding Melody for this hunting horn. If I change this to any other element, it starts to lose identity. If I go thunder, I got 2 thunders here. If I go ice, that has no element now, so I lose a freaking bit of damage, but the song choices are different. I recommend scrolling to the weapon type bonuses and see if it changes based on what you input. For bow, if I do all paralysis, I get pierce and paralysis. If I do 2 paralysis and 1 dragon or anything else, I only get paralysis coating. After you craft an Artian weapon, go to the Oil Well Basin base camp and trade this NPC behemoth parts for 50 orichalcite ore, or way more than that because you'll need a ton. And then go to the smithy and reinforce your weapon. It'll take you 50 orichalcite to max out the bonuses, which will give you 5 random buffs, except they're not random at all. If I reinforce my greatsword here, I'm going to get these bonuses. It's going to be, let me go and look at it real quick. It's going to be sharpness, elemental attack, element affinity. It's not random at all. When making a Artian weapon, the game already knows which reinforcement it'll give you based on the weapon you chose, and if you crafted an element or ailment version of that weapon. To make crafting Artian weapons easier, save your game next to the smithy. Then pick the weapon you want to make. I'm going to do hunting horn. And from there, you have to choose an element or ailment. That is very important. So look through the items that you have, and ideally pick the ones you have an abundance of if you can still get an element or ailment. For that, you gotta have 2 of the same thing. 2 poison, 2 water, so on and so forth. I'm gonna do thunder. I've got I don't have much of that. What the heck? Disappeared. I'll do poison for the second thing then. So poison, poison. 2 of those. The weapon has a ailment or element now. From here, forge it. Ideally, I'm trying to make a blast hunting horn, so I want to save my blast pieces. That's the luxury of this. And now I go to reinforcement. I reinforce the weapon, and I already know it's going to be. The oven's going off, my food. So this will give me element, element, affinity, affinity, sharpness, element. I got too many screenshots in the Discord. Throw me off. Element, wait, well, if it would let me read it faster. Holy smokes. Element, affinity, affinity, sharpness, element. Exactly what I have screenshot before. So I'm going to go ahead and save because I don't want this, and I'm going to dismantle it. Dismantling this will give me back all the materials that I used to reinforce it. I won't get the relics back. I'll get 1 arcosite as a compensation, I guess. So to make that more clear, if you like the reinforcements, you do not save. If you don't like the reinforcements, you do save. That sounds counterintuitive, but it makes sense. Because now I'm progressing the seed forward, I'm progressing the reinforcement RNG forward, while keeping the relic pieces I want to make my good hunting horn. I'm keeping the blast ones, and I'm using the stuff I don't care about. My oven is going off, though. This has to be handled momentarily. So I'll make a new hunting horn. I'm going to pick, again, whatever, doesn't really matter too much. What do I have? A ton of paralysis? Decent. See, getting into rough territories here. That's fine, though. Paralysis. Craft that up. And we'll see what it gives me. I'm pretty sure it's not great because I've done this a little bit. I was not very impressed. I'm looking for all attack and 1 sharpness. This is not at. So I'm going to just keep doing this for a bit. I just crafted a bunch of hunting horns, and I would exit and save if I didn't like the reinforcement bonus. In this case, it's a poison hunting horn. I like the reinforcement bonus. I want to make it a blast hunting horn. So now I'm going to exit and not save. Return without saving. I'm going to re-log in or whatever it is and make my blast hunting horn triple attack, and I'm going to have those reinforcement stats. I keep clicking that gallery button. I don't know what it is. It calls to me, and I heed the beckoning. Single player. All attack. I'm blasting the attack. 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 And I saved all of my attacked infusions because I like the blast element, or blast ailment. I'm not sure why. It just brings me happiness. Attack, attack, attack. Craft it up. Don't equip it yet. Reinforce. This should be all the things that I just showed you. Sharpness, attack, affinity, attack, attack. Crazy stuff. I do wonder if you were to spec into just so much element, you had 1 sharpness and 4 blast. How would that work out? But that is the strategy to save yourself some time. Because I went through a ton of relics right there. Mind you, this is not a freaking super cheese method. You still have to farm all the relics, gotta farm all the orichalcite. The only thing you're saving yourself on is wasting specific relic pieces. That's it. So, I don't think it's a big deal because I just went through probably like 7-8 weapons. That's gonna be a lot of farming. If they don't remove this exploit, go ahead and spend your points on the cheaper version of the ancient weapon fragments. Rarity 7 though. Actually rarity 8. It's confusing as all get out. And here you're gonna put your Wyvern Bloodstone chunks and any relic tickets you have to make these relics. Wait, okay, cool. Grab that. 24. Not too shabby. A quick tip for relic farming. If you find yourself not having good hunts on your map, which by the way, click on the settlements to see what they have. Sometimes it'll be a tempered monster with things you may like. Simply go in your tent, rest. If you want to fight Ray Dows, I believe set the season to Inclemency, but aside from that, pick any time you want. And now, you'll reset what you have options to fight on your map. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Thanks for watching and have a good day. Laters.